Hot dogs, ice cream sundaes, and character-themed cupcakes can be found all over Disney World, but there are plenty of snacks and restaurants with options that are well beyond what you'd expect to find in a theme park. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Vlog. Alright, ramen, smoked cocktails, whole fish. Now that stuff you're probably not expecting to see at Disney World, but it's there if you know where to look. There's still some interesting food at Disney World and we're looking beyond the churros to find it today. We're going to start in Animal Kingdom, Sushi Canteen. Now you're going to find that restaurant in Pandora in Animal Kingdom. It's got such incredible attention to detail and it really transports you to an alien planet. But even the food there is otherworldly, or at least a little different from the chicken nuggets and fries you're going to find in other counter service restaurants around the parks. The bowls here are totally customizable, so you can make them as interesting as you want. Opt for grilled chicken on top of salad greens with an herbed vinaigrette, or crispy tofu with noodles and a black bean sauce. Or grab one of our favorite takes on an otherwise boring food, those cheeseburger pods. Yep, cheeseburgers are pretty straightforward, but pop all the familiar flavors into a steamed bao bun, and you got something a little more interesting. But the great thing about Sushi Canteen is that you can make whatever you want. There's also a lot more healthy options here than you might find at a few other fast food locations in Disney World. Now, just outside of Pandora is Animal Kingdom's fine dining restaurant, Tiffins. Signature restaurants, as Disney calls their fancy locations, are often where you're going to find some more unique and interesting dishes. One of the most unique is the whole fried fish at Tiffins. This restaurant has a whole menu full of Asian, Indian, and African spices and cooking styles in an upscale but still safe to wear your park outfit to restaurant. Tiffins definitely won't be for everyone, so check the menu if you have some pickier eaters. But like all Disney restaurants, you'll find some more accessible options for those who just started to branch out of their comfort zone. Now, if you're into the flavors at Tiffins but you don't have time for a full sit-down meal on your Animal Kingdom day, or you're looking for something a little less stuffy, check out Sanaa at Animal Kingdom Lodge Kidani Village. You're going to find more Indian and African dishes in a more casual atmosphere here. If you plan a lunch or early dinner reservation while it's still light outside, you'll also get an amazing view of the animals on the resort's savannah. This is the only place you can dine with a view like that. No other restaurants at Animal Kingdom Lodge have a view of the animals. Why? I don't know, but they don't. So Sanaa is your only option. So I always recommend you definitely dine for lunch or early dinner. Don't go when it's dark. It doesn't make any sense. You're missing out on a huge draw. Now, one of our favorite appetizers here, of course, is the bread service. It's a sampler plate that lets you try different breads and dips. It's a great introduction to flavors you may not have tried before. And Sanaa also offers takeout, so you can grab a couple of things to go, and you can order right through the My Disney Experience app. Sanaa is one of my family's favorite restaurants in Walt Disney World, and we have a lot of picky eaters. All right, now Spice Road Table in Epcot's Morocco Pavilion. This is another full restaurant with interesting options across the menu. But here you're going to find tasting-size tapas plates. If you're not sure about some of the more exotic flavors, you can split them with your whole party. Disney recently took over operations of this restaurant along with the rest of the Morocco Pavilion from a third-party company, and we're happy to report that they've kept some of the more interesting flavors and options on the menu, like lamb kefta and hummus fries. Also, you got a great view from this restaurant. Spice Road Table looks right out onto World Showcase Lagoon, right over to Spaceship Earth, and of course you're going to see great fireworks views from here as well. There's indoor and outdoor seating. Now, over in Hollywood Studios' Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, you can get a Ronto Wrap, which is like a hot dog, but so not like a hot dog. It's like a space hot dog. It's roasted pork, grilled pork sausage, peppercorn sauce, and slaw wrapped in a pita. There's bold flavors here, and it's a filling sandwich that's probably splittable if you're not too hungry. Everyone on our team is a huge fan of this wrap, and the breakfast version with eggs and cheddar has just as many fans. Now, if you're vegetarian or vegan, you can also get a plant-based breakfast wrap with faux eggs or a lunch wrap with a chickpea slaw and grilled zucchini. Now, it's no big surprise you're going to get this at Ronto Roasters in Galaxy's Edge, which is basically a fast food joint, not a whole lot of seating, and it's pretty much all outdoors with just a little bit of cover, so be prepared for that. Now, if you find yourself in Disney Springs, you've got a lot of options for food outside of the expected theme park fare. But one of our favorite spots in all of Disney World is going to fit the bill perfectly if you're looking for interesting options. Pan-Asian upscale dining indoors with splurge options like Wagyu beef and Peking duck. Head to Morimoto Asia. And they also have that grab-and-go ramen and Japanese street foods like takoyaki outside at the counter service counterpart, Morimoto Street Food. So again, Disney Springs has a ton of fantastic options. Morimoto Asia is just one of them. So watch some of our other videos about Disney Springs restaurants because there's a lot to choose from there. It's very, very hard to decide where to go. Over in Magic Kingdom, in Adventureland is one of the most underrated restaurants in Disney World, Jungle Navigation Co. Limited Skipper Canteen. Yep, that's the full name. We just call it Skipper Canteen. It's got a full menu of accessible but also still somewhat inventive dishes. Grilled steak with a chorizo hash, fried chicken with sweet chili glaze, vegetable curry, and another whole fried fish. This restaurant is a great option if you've got a split party, with those who want to try something a little more adventurous and those who prefer to stick with some more familiar flavors. Now remember, you can often swap side dishes, omit sauces, and even order from the kids menu as an adult if there isn't anything on the menu as is that you like. Just ask your server and they'll let you know what they can do. All right, now we're going to get into some more standard theme park fare, but done completely differently. Hot dogs are probably the most standard boring meal you could think of, but to top that dog with spicy peanut butter spread, banana honey mustard, chipotle berry preserves, and toss it in a French toast cereal coated bun, that's definitely not a normal dog. This is at the Hot Diggity Dog food truck in Disney Springs West Side. It's got some more run-of-the-mill options besides the King dog. A chili cheese dog and Chicago dog are on the menu as well. Fairfax Fair and Hollywood Studios also added a new hot dog menu with truffle bacon mac and cheese and avocado BLT top dogs. And now that Casey's Corner is back open, we'll be on the lookout for some other interesting dogs like the Cheetos topped hot dog of the month we saw back in 2018. But don't worry, unique, savory stuff isn't the only interesting food at Disney World. Aristo Crepes in Disney Springs serves crepes and waffles, but these aren't the waffles you're used to. They make fresh bubble waffles. The bubble-patterned waffles are light and fluffy, and you can get a salted caramel waffle topped with chocolate ice cream, pretzels, whipped cream, and caramel sauce, or a strawberry version with vanilla ice cream, fresh strawberries, and whipped cream. You'll also find a variety of sweet crepes, including seasonal versions, like the rainbow crepe we saw for Pride Month. Oh, and in July, they've got a cookies and cream version. Speaking of sweet, if plain Dole Whip is a little too pedestrian for you, try a swirl or float that blends a few flavors together. Those character-themed Dole Whips aren't all over the place like they once were. We still miss you, hey hey. But you'll still find the Peter Pan and Kakamora floats in Magic Kingdom at Storybook Treats and Aloha Isle, respectively. Sunshine Tree Terrace in Magic Kingdom also still has the I Lava You float with orange Dole Whip, strawberry Fanta, passion fruit, and Pop Rocks. And if those three locations don't have interesting floats for you, check the menu for flavors that would make a great swirl, like lemon lime and raspberry coconut. You're also going to find interesting options at Pineapple Lanai at the Polynesian Village Resort, Tamu Tamu Refreshments at Animal Kingdom, where you can spike it with rum, and a few other locations around the parks, Disney Springs, and the resorts. Now, if you want to try the weirdest drink you may have ever had in Disney World, you're going to head to Oga's Cantina in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge for a drink that will numb your mouth. Literally. The Fuzzy Tauntaun is basically a fuzzy navel cocktail, but it's topped with buzz foam. So what's buzz foam, AJ? Well, it's made with Szechuan buttons, also called buzz buttons, which are an edible flower bud that causes a tingly, numbing sensation on your skin. You won't feel like you came out of the dentist after drinking this, but it's definitely a bizarre experience and a fun one to kind of trick your friends into. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying it's fun if you do. Now let's head over to another fan favorite snack. Plain butter popcorn is passé, right? Well, you won't find any wild flavors like you will in Tokyo Disneyland, but you will find a few fun options around the parks. In Hollywood Studios, we've seen pre-bagged mixes with blends of caramel and cheese popcorn for a sweet and salty mix, and a birthday cake popcorn with candy mixed in. In Epcot, you can often get cheddar, blue cheese, or sour cream and chive popcorn. You can even blend them for your own custom mix, which we definitely recommend. You can also get maple popcorn in Epcot's Canada Pavilion and in Frontierland sometimes in Magic Kingdom. And when it's open, Katsaka's Kettle in Galaxy's Edge has a blend of sweet and spicy popcorn, blueberry pound cake, and chili flavored popcorn. Some people, like Molly at all ears, think it tastes like Trix cereal. I think it tastes pretty gross, so you can decide what you like and if that sweet and spicy popcorn is for you. Now, how about a little smoke to spice up your dessert or cocktail? Finn's at the Dolphin has the Smoke and Roses cocktail made with 4 roses bourbon and served tableside in a smoke box. At La Cava del Tequila in Epcot's Mexico Pavilion, there's that Alebrije cocktail made with Centinela Blanco tequila, Chinola passion fruit liqueur, fresh lime juice, and a mixed berry bubble. Now that bubble is filled with smoke for one very unique drink. And Jack Lindsay's Hangar Bar in Disney Springs has a limited time chocolate dipped bacon cocktail combo that comes served under a big smoke cloche. This one is only available very seasonally, but if you catch it, it's an incredible presentation that now comes with a shareable cocktail meant for 2. All right, back to the cheeseburger concept. Who wants a regular old spring roll with ingredients you'd expect when you can get it filled with cheeseburger, pepperoni pizza, or buffalo chicken? The Magic Kingdom spring roll cart serves up incongruent flavors inside deep fried rice paper for a crunchy and, yes, a little bit greasy snack that's part Hot Pocket, part Chinese takeout. We love these. They are a little expensive right now. You're going to pay like $9 for 2, which is very pricey. They're pretty good though. And again, if you're looking for unique snacks, if you don't want to just have another Mickey pretzel, this is definitely one to try. All right, are you ready to talk breakfast? The Polynesian Village Resort is home to one very iconic Disney food that is way more exciting than regular old French toast. Tonga Toast is a huge block of bread stuffed with bananas, deep fried, and rolled in cinnamon sugar. You can get it at Captain Cook's, the resort's quick service restaurant, or at Kona Cafe next to Ohana, where it comes served with a strawberry sauce in addition to maple syrup. This thing is huge and very, very sweet and definitely unique to Disney. It's one of those iconic foods you just gotta try. And now it's time to talk desserts. Yeah, you're gonna find simple, basic vanilla or chocolate cupcakes, maybe with some Mickey ears stuck in the top, but you're also gonna find some outrageous desserts around Disney World. Beaches and Cream over at the Beach Club Resort has some over-the-top milkshakes that come topped with cupcakes and cake pops. Gideon's Bakehouse in Disney Springs is home to the half-pound cookie. There are regular old flavors like chocolate chip, but you're also gonna find seasonal spicy cookies flavored with chili peppers and gargantuan cake slices with flavors like key lime and coffee toffee. Disney Springs is also home to Everglaze Donuts and Cold Brew, where you'll find s'mores and peanut butter topped donuts, among many other seasonal options. Oh, and you can also get a savory grilled cheese sandwich in a donut. Disney Springs will also be getting a new ice cream shop, Salt and Straw. They've been known to have more out there flavors like turkey for Thanksgiving. I've tried it, it's really, really good. And Halloween ice cream with chocolate covered crickets and toffee mealworms. Next up, we're going to talk about those egg poppers. For better or worse, they are interesting. So what is an egg popper, you ask? Well, Center Town Market at Caribbean Beach Resort has a very bizarre kids menu breakfast item. Hard-boiled eggs on a stick with green bacon powder, yeah, like powdered bacon that's for some reason green, and green pirate juice, which is basically like a green juice cocktail, which I wouldn't know why you'd give that to kids. They aren't really huge fans of, green juicing. Anyway, shocking to probably no one. This one tastes a little weird, but if you've got an adventurous kid, they might love it. Now we're headed back to Oga's Cantina because maybe you've experienced too many run-of-the-mill charcuterie boards filled with salami and pate. Well, how about Spam and string cheese? Nope, we're not talking about a Lunchable here. This is just the charcuterie plate at Oga's Cantina in Galaxy's Edge. A great pairing for your mouth-numbing fuzzy tauntaun. In addition to Spam and string cheese, you'll get pork rinds and burrata with black salt. Not our favorite interesting food we've had, but if you want to stand up for this dish, the comments section is open. All right, back to Animal Kingdom where we started. We're talking about the Pongu Lumpia. This is one of 2 food options at Pongu Pongu in Animal Kingdom's Pandora, and it's been there since day 1, which means they are committed to interesting here. A lot of times when Disney puts more interesting or unique food items on menus, nobody gets them and then they get the axe, but this one's been here for a really long time and I love it. It's another unique spring roll, this time filled with pineapple and cream cheese. If warm cream cheese isn't your bag, then this snack is probably not for you, but if you're open to tangy and fruity flavors together, give it a try. Half of our team loves it, the other half it's a hard pass, so we can't wait to see what you think. Next up, let's talk snails, my friends. Escargot is probably not the thing you are expecting to find at a theme park in the middle of Florida, let alone a grab-and-go version. Well, escargot in a puff pastry is typically offered at Epcot's Food and Wine Festival at the France booth. If you've always wanted to try escargot but been afraid to do so in a restaurant setting, this is a good opportunity. You'll either enjoy the garlicky, buttery snails or discreetly spit them into a napkin. But hey, at least you're not at a fancy French restaurant if you're doing the latter. It's a great way to try something you've never tried before. Speaking of, that's a great thing to do at the whole Food and Wine Festival. Those are all small tapas-sized single-serve versions of the menu items. And it's a great opportunity to explore some new flavors that you never tried before. If you hate it, you're only out, $6 instead of, 65. Now going from snails to grasshoppers, because of course you can find both in Disney World if you know where to look. Fried grasshoppers are a common accompaniment with tequila flights and mezcal shots at La Cava del Tequila in Epcot's Mexico Pavilion, and Frontera Cucina in Disney Springs. If you can't get enough of the bugs, opt for a margarita with black ant salt rim. Made with real ants. Yeah, you can see little antenna and little legs when you drink it. And you can get more than just escargot at Epcot's festivals. Each festival features lots of booths, sometimes over 30, with loads of different dishes from around the world with interesting ingredients and presentations. The booth in Japan, whether it's called Japan, Hanami, Shiwasu, Takumite, or Goshiki, you'll often find some riff on sushi. Sometimes it's in a recognizable form, other times it's a little more interesting. We've seen salmon presented in a flower pot and a sushi donut with salmon, tuna, and shrimp. It's beautiful. And for a lot of people, it's their very favorite. And we're wrapping up this list with something not made at Disney, but it is worth spending your snack dollars if you want interesting in Disney. The flavored Lay's chips in Epcot's China Pavilion. I know, it's always a big important tip not to buy bags of potato chips when you're in Disney because there's just so many other unique snacks, but those are plain chips. These are fried crab, cherry blossom rice wine, bayberry chestnut, salted yolk rice dumpling, or numb and spicy hot pot flavored chips. Some have been tasty, some have been, interesting, but if you're looking for something really fun and unique, hit up the shops in the China and Japan pavilions for snacks you maybe haven't tried before. So what's the most interesting thing you've tried at Disney World? Did you like it or was it one and done for you? We're always looking for the new and interesting food around Disney, and our newsletter subscribers are the first ones to hear about it, so don't forget to sign up so you don't miss a thing. We've got the link in the description below. Thank you everyone for listening. Thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.